All right, let's get right into it. We're going to go deep inside the mind of Christian Grey, and we're catching him at the one moment he should be his happiest, his own marriage. But as we're about to see through his own internal monologue, getting everything you've ever wanted can, well, it can be its own special kind of hell.
Everything, and I mean everything, comes down to this one question. You can forget the billions, the power, the helicopter, none of that matters. This single, haunting doubt is the real engine driving all of Christian's conflicts, and that's the mystery we're going to unpack today.
So on the surface, Christian is going all in. He is trying with everything he has to build a totally new life, to construct this perfect, normal world with his fiancée, Anna. A world that's completely walled off from his dark past.
And look how concrete these steps are. This isn't just some fantasy he's dreaming up. No, he's buying a massive new house, he's planning these huge renovations, he's even hired an architect. He is literally building a fortress for their future. But what's the real motivation here? Underneath it all, there's this burning desire to prove his skeptical father wrong, to finally show him that he is capable of being a husband.
But just as he's laying that new foundation, the ghosts of his past start pulling at the floorboards. And these aren't just bad memories, you know. They are active internal shadows that are constantly threatening to drag him right back into the darkness he is so desperately trying to escape.
And here it is, his core conflict laid bare. By day, he's the untouchable CEO, the guy who commands absolute control in every situation. But by night, he's a mess. He's plagued by nightmares, haunted by the ghost of Mrs. Robinson, the woman who abused him when he was just a teenager.
His therapist, Dr. Flynn, just cuts right to the heart of it all with this absolutely devastating question. See, for years, Christian has lived in this gray area, and Flynn basically forces him to confront his own story. Was he a victim, or was he a willing participant? He can't be both, and that inability to figure it out is just tearing him apart.
This, right here, reveals his deepest, most constant fear. Even while they're planning a wedding, the thing that should be the happiest time, his internal monologue is just screaming, "I don't want her to change her mind." Now, this isn't just pre-wedding jitters. This is a profound, deep-seated insecurity that one day she'll see the damaged man underneath the suit and just leave.
And, as if his internal battle isn't enough, his fragile new world comes under a very real, very violent attack from outside enemies, people who want to destroy him and everything he's trying to build.
So first, he flexes his corporate muscle. He buys Seattle Independent Publishing for a cool $15 million. And why this specific company? Well, because it's where Anna works. It's a move of absolute control, basically absorbing her entire world into his.
But all that corporate power, it means nothing here. Almost immediately, this terrifying campaign begins. His helicopter, Charlie Tango, gets sabotaged. An arsonist sets fire to a server room at his company. And pretty soon the suspect is revealed to be Jack Hyde, Anna's disgraced former boss. It all comes to a head when Hyde kidnaps Christian's own sister Mia, which forces Anna to step in and confront him herself.
And of course, these external attacks just pour gasoline on his internal fire. Every single threat from the outside forces a new confrontation on the inside, a battle over control, over his identity, and over his deepest, darkest fears.
This whole conflict over Anna keeping her maiden name for work is just a perfect little snapshot of his entire struggle. The second she tells him his first thought isn't about her career, no, it's a panicked, wounded, "Are you ashamed of me?" He desperately wants her to be Mrs. Grey, but he's so terrified that pushing the issue will cause her to leave him that he's paralyzed. Anna's response just cuts right through all of it, doesn't it? She sees his attempts to control and protect her as him basically erasing her identity. She's terrified of being steamrolled by the sheer force of his personality and his power. Okay, so after a massive fight about her pregnancy, Christian just hits rock bottom. He feels completely out of control, he's terrified, so he flees. And where does he go? Directly to Elena, the actual architect of his trauma. It's pure, uncut self-sabotage.
But then, when Elena reaches out to touch him, his reaction is just visceral. It's absolute, "Don't touch me." And in that one moment, he realizes something huge. While his anger drove him there, his body and his soul now completely reject her. It is the ultimate proof that Anna has fundamentally changed him from the inside out. So they get married. The bad guys are dealt with, but that doesn't mean it's a happy ending. Not by a long shot. His future is still this fragile, moment-to-moment battle against his own feelings of being unworthy.
The unplanned pregnancy basically becomes the final boss battle for his self-worth. His instant reaction is pure fear. I'm not ready for a baby. And it's not about the logistics of it all. It's about his core belief that he is way too damaged to be a father. But Anna, she counters with this incredible promise that his child, just like her, will love him unconditionally.
And this brings us right back to Dr. Flynn's diagnosis. The greatest threat to Christian Grey isn't some villain hiding in the shadows, it's himself. It's his deep-seated conviction that he simply does not deserve the happiness that is sitting right in front of him.
And so, as he's thinking about becoming a father, he's left with this question. For a man whose heart has been a battlefield for his entire life, the question isn't just about love, it's about capacity, it's about space. Can he ever truly heal enough to make room for someone else?